Welcome to New Careers Academy, your trusted source for daily current affairs and defense exam preparation since 1967.
Do you know that Venezuela holds the world's largest proven crude oil? It has reserves of more than 300 billion barrels, even more than Saudi Arabia. Yet today, Venezuela's economy is in shambles. Inflation is out of control, people are struggling for basic necessities, and oil production has plummeted. It's a puzzling situation. How can a country so rich in natural resources become so poor? In this video, I'll make you understand what is the resource curse. How did oil contribute to Venezuela's collapse? And why is this important for UPSC and CAPF aspirants? This is not just about oil, it's a real-world case study in governance, economics, and international relationships. Well, yes, it is true, Venezuela has oil reserves. They're rich but risky. On paper, Venezuela is the richest oil country. But in reality, most of its oil is extra heavy crude. What is that? Which is expensive to extract and even harder to refine. It requires special chemicals, advanced technology, and foreign investment to process and to make it usable as an oil. Processing extra heavy crude needs specialized refineries and dilutants. If there's a shortage of capital or technology, production is hit hard. Venezuela's oil wealth is complex, plenty of quantity but full of complications. This complexity would rather amplify once political and economic instability started growing. From being an oil giant to a minor player, let's discuss Venezuela's history. In the 1980s, Venezuela was among the world's top oil producer, producing about 2 million barrels per day. By 2024, the number had dropped to below 1 billion. Its global oil export fell share from over 4% to under 1%, and the reserves are still there. The problem lies not underground but in institutions. Venezuela's downfall wasn't just due to falling oil prices, internal decisions, flawed policies, and governance failures. All of it together shared its collapse. Now, let's talk about Venezuela State Oil Company, short form abbreviated PDVSA. Was once considered the most efficient energy firm in the developing world. But after 2002-2003 oil strike, things completely changed. The government began political interference, and thousands of experienced engineers and technical staff were replaced with loyal politician appointees. Expertise was lost and production fell. Maintenance was neglected, debt increased, and modernization efforts stalled. Over time, it became inefficient and unreliable. The resource remained, but the system broke down. Moving ahead, then came the sanctions. After 2017, the US imposed heavy sanctions on Venezuela. It lost access to global financial markets, oil exports were restricted, overseas assets were frozen, and imports of dilutants, essential for flowing heavy crude, were blocked. The sanctions accelerated the crisis, but the real problems have started earlier. Poor planning, corruption, and overdependence had already weakened the economy. Sanctions were just a catalyst and not the root cause. Though there was some relief in 2023, 2024 saw renewed enforcement. External pressure increased, but internal systems were already fragile. Venezuela failed to develop any sector beyond oil. Whether it was agriculture, whether it was manufacturing, and non-oil exports were completely sidelined. So when oil prices crashed, the entire economy followed. Now compare that to countries like UAE and Norway who had diversified. Venezuela did not. Its entire revenue dependence was on oil. When that stopped, the government had no alternative source of income. This overdependence made Venezuela extremely vulnerable. And when the crash came, there was no system in place for recovery. Let's talk about during the oil boom times, especially in the 1970s, money flowed in, but it wasn't invested wisely. Instead of buying or building infrastructure or strong institutions, it was spent on short-term programs and imports. Today, even though Venezuela is an OPEC member, its GDP per capita has dropped down to the levels from 30 years ago. Imagine that. Government debt is massive and living standards have collapsed. This is not just an economic crisis, it's a humanitarian one. People are leaving the country and an entire generation future is at risk. What are the lessons we can learn from the Venezuela resource curse? That's more important. What we get to learn is natural resources alone don't guarantee development. Weak government makes the resources curse almost on even surface. Diversification is key for economic survival, which Venezuela completely ignored. Political interference into the state-owned oil-producing company ruins technical sectors. Strong institutions matter more than the resources that are there. And this isn't just a current affair topic. It's relevant for UPSC, for your CAPA, for your essays and interviews. The resource curve sits at the intersection of economics, international relationships, and development planning. If you found this video informative, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below with your topic suggestions. Learning from real world examples like this doesn't just help you clear your examination, it helps you become the policy leader that India needs. Jai Hind, this is Hartaj signing off.